So as we navigate the different questions that we face every day, we're interpreting the world, trying to make sense of it, and we're going to use our ethical literacy skills to try to find our way through it. But this interpretation stuff isn't just about kind of superficial stuff. It's actually about some of the most deep foundational ideas that we work with every day, what I might call metaphysical ideas, ideas about what's actually going on in reality. So, for example, some of the things that we need to make sense of include, what is the nature of the human mind? Is there such a thing as a soul? What is the purpose of life? How are you and I connected to each other? Do we happen to just bump into each other in the world, but we don't actually have any lasting connection? Do we have some kind of deep spiritual bond? What happens after you die? Do you believe that you go into the ground and no one hears from you again? Do you believe that you come back into the world in a different form? Do you believe that you go into some kind of eternal existence, a land of milk and honey, maybe union with God? Oh, I'd love to hear what you have to say about this. And I'd love to tell you more about what I think, but that's not the point. The point is that these big ideas are also crucial in our understanding of the world as we go forward. And we are interpreting the world, our experiences, to make sense of these. And it really does matter. Why? Well, if I'm trying to figure out whether I should buy a car that's electric or gas powered, I have to ask myself, what's my relationship with the environment? What's my relationship with future generations of people? I need to know that if one of the things that matters to me is trying to make a decision that's going to look after the people I'm concerned about. Right? If I'm working with this patient and this doctor, I have to figure out, well, what actually is going on here? To what extent am I really deeply concerned about the well-being of the people I'm interacting with? So these big ideas, which we're not usually comfortable talking about, actually have a direct impact on the way that we see the choices that we face every day. And the other thing I want to name is that these big ideas, and I'm going to say more about this a little bit later, these big ideas that we are interpreting, we're interpreting based on the kind of ideas that are most prevalent in our society. And yet what's interesting about Canadian society here in southern British Columbia, is that there's a confluence of different traditions coming together. We've talked about the ends of medicine, that medicine is designed to do a certain kind of thing. We have certain Western liberal ideas about freedom and equality that are informing how we should think. Each of these traditions have basic understandings about what life is about, how we're connected to each other. And we are inhabiting land of people who have lived here for millennia. And for reasons of colonialism, those ideas have been systematically erased. So one of the commitments we have at Ethics Services is really to try to make sure we're making sense of the world, informing our interpretive journey with ideas that come from Indigenous traditions as well. Indigenous traditions have different ways of interpreting the world. We can't paint them all with a common brush. Different traditions have different value systems, belief systems, but there are certain things that are in common. So there's one book, for example, it's called Restoring the Kinship Worldview. And in that book, it suggests that one of the things that's true of Indigenous perspectives generally is that spirituality is at the core of being Indigenous to our planet. That everything that's going on includes both a material dimension and a spiritual dimension. So that's one of the traditions that we need to make sure we're at least making sense of in our interpretive journey as we go through, navigate the world in a context where we are being guided by or informed by perspectives from different traditions.